Hello and welcome back to more lore and loot. Today we are going to continue with our Alderun Fighters Guild quest. We're gonna talk to Percius Mercius and see what work he has for us today.
Company. What can I do for you?
We apparently have a bounty for a Dunmer named Beneran. Apparently Beneran was a member of House Redoran, one of the three great houses of Ardenfell, but turned outlaw. He is hidden up in a cave known as Sargon, north of Margon. Well, the area north of Margon is big, so can you give me a little more to go on? No. Apparently we just need to ask around because this cave is on an island and is well hidden. Now we've not yet been to Margon, so why don't we take a little trip? The fastest and easiest way, of course, is by Siltstrider, but we're gonna go ahead and walk it. Margon is almost directly north of Alderun. Now, thankfully, the road is well marked with signs which will point us in exactly the right direction. The road is not overly dangerous, with only the occasional Kagudi or cliff racer to bother us. There are, however, two dangerous ambushes. The first is about halfway between Alderun and Margon on the left side of the road. We'll encounter three Alets. Alets are not that dangerous, but here we have a blighted, a diseased, and a regular Alet. To a low-level character, this is easily a death trap. A little further ahead, we'll see an Ashlander tent off to the side of the road. We've no business with this fellow for the time being, so for now, we're gonna keep walking. Now there's one more Alet encounter further up the road. This time, there are two Alets. One of them is diseased, so be careful. Not long after that, we'll see the outline of Margon's gates. We'll explore Margon fully later on when we do a complete guide to Margon, but for now, immediately to the left of the gates, just past the Siltstrider port, is the Margon outpost. This seems as good a place as any to ask about Sargon. Now this fellow isn't very friendly, and he gives us no information. Indeed, we won't really find many people to give us any information except for Nuleno Tedis, who is renting a room in the back of the outpost. She'll tell us that Sargon is due almost north of here, but there's a catch. Yeah, of course there is. You need to get on an island in order to find it. Sargon is southwest of Vaz, a place we've visited before. Nevertheless, it's either a long walk north from here, then a swim across, or a long boat ride to Dagon Fel, and then the long walk after that. Now, probably the easiest and most straightforward way to get to Sargon is to travel by Siltstrider back to Alderun, then use the Mage's Guild Guide to Sadrith Mora, then the boat to Dagon Fel. You can also take boats all along the coast, and you can also walk. The choice is yours. I decided to boat it to Dagon Fel, and I am greeted with foul weather. That's okay. It will clear up soon enough. The road we take to the island where Sargon is will be familiar to us. In fact, some of our handiwork from previous trips is still laying on the roads along the way. Still, there are plenty of cliff racers on this island to annoy as we move forward. Now, in preparation for this journey, I do recommend some healing potions. Beneran and his gang are a tough bunch of Dunmer, so a few healing pots would not go amiss. As was the case last time, we were swimming around these parts, there are plenty of slaughterfish and dro in the waters here, so beware when swimming. Water walking or levitation are two spells that would be very useful in this area if you have them in potion or scroll form, or if you happen to be able to cast them. The island where Sargon is located is long, and we come on land on the eastern edge of it. There is a Daedric ruin here, a Sur Dirapal, and naturally there will be Daedra of some form or another roaming around it. For me, it was a Clanfear, which is a melee combatant, so it wasn't much of trouble. Being careful not to draw more attention, we can make our way down the road and reach Sargon on the right-hand side of the road here. Entering the cave, we'll notice the lookout, the Vesu Aurelus, who will of course attack us as soon as he notices us. He was a tough fight, but we were tougher. There are two ways we can make our way through the cave. The straightforward path takes us above water and will have us fight multiple encounters back to back. The other way takes us down into the water and through some underwater sections. We can emerge on the far end of the cave and skip most of the fights this way. We'll get there through this water path because there are some things to see this way, and then we'll make our way back out the normal way. Now, water breathing won't be necessary here. The underwater parts are not that long, so it won't be an issue. We'll encounter a heavily armored Varen Sadralo here, who cowardly runs away from us and falls in the water, where his heavy armor weighs him down, making him easy pickings for us.
I'm being attacked.
Here we find a treasure chest being guarded by a skeleton champion. The potion of jump here will come in handy later on. The treasure chest has 300 septums. Now you can take the silver weapons if you'd like, but at this point for me, they really aren't worth the carry weight anymore. A jump potion or levitation will be necessary to access the next part, unless you have like crazy high acrobatics, because you can't jump up to the ledge here normally. Immediately we'll see that we're right next to two ladies, Vervasa Athram and Raynilla Arion, neither of whom have any decent loot. The way forward is over the bridge. As soon as we cross, we will see our target down below. Once he spots us, we can cast all of our buffs. This will be a pretty tough fight. Beneran has a few gold pieces, but the real treasure here is the ebony armor. There are a few crates and barrels here, even a locked chest, but it was empty for me. They all contain basic randomized loot though, nothing of note. If we had kept swimming, we would have come up behind Beneran this way. Only fought him, and we could have swam back out assassin style. But where's the fun in that? Anyway, let's take a look at this gorgeous ebony cuirass. The ebony cuirass is the second best heavy armor in the game. But we'll take a full look at heavy armor in a different video. For now, we've just got ourselves a serious armor upgrade. Now we'll head back to the entrance and fight everyone we skipped along the way. First up, we'll come across the area where we fought Varen Sidralo. Right after that, we'll see a chest and some containers with junk. Below the platform, though, is Lero Lauren, who is rocking some iron armor and doesn't stand much of a chance. This trapped door is blocking our progress, and unfortunately, we are attacked immediately by Milinea Adrethi, and soon, Dalmil Varen joins the fight with his stupid Greater Bonewalker. Bonewalkers are not that big of a deal, but Greater Bonewalkers can hit you with a damage strength spell. Now, Milinea is wearing a dragon scale armor, which is a very nice piece of meteor armor, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. Dalmil Varen, on the other hand, was just a pest, and not only did his stupid zombie curse us, he has nothing of value in his inventory. Continuing on across this bridge, we'll see what is apparently the storage area, with a bunch of crates and barrels with common loot. Nothing at all worth wasting time on. Back across and up, we'll eventually reach the entrance. Not a bad haul, really, and not too much damage taken, aside from that insanely annoying strength curse. We'll have to get that healed when we get back to town. Once back in the Alderun Guildhall, we can talk to Percius and get our 500 septum reward and complete the quest, Beneran's Bounty. And that will do it for today's episode of Lore and Loot. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you'll join me again next time as we continue working through the Morrowind Fighters Guild Questline. Until then.